Why won't the flame stay lit? Why does the flame keep going out? Today, if your flame's going out on your gas logs and you want to know what's causing it, the most common problem, today I'm going to teach you the most common problem for the flame not staying lit on your set of gas logs. You're watching HVAC Tips for Technicians / Homeowners. I'm Tad. Let's get started.
This device is called a thermocouple, and this is the number one problem that I find for a set of gas logs where the flame is going out. This device sends an electrical signal to the valve and keeps it open, and it detects the pilot flame. This right here is the hot junction, and this is the cold junction. This is the part that screws into the valve, and this is where that electrical signal can be read. And then this is the part that is in line with the pilot flame. So the hot junction becomes hot, it produces a signal, and that valve stays open. If your flame is going out, you could have a bad thermocouple. Take a look at the hot junction. You may be able to clean it off. It may be really corroded, so you may need some sandpaper. But if you can't clean it off and get it working, then you may need to replace it. And in today's video, I'm showing you a thermocouple that I'm replacing. If your gas logs are not lighting at all, it could be that you need to bleed the air out of the line. Every year, a lot of homeowners take and they shut their gas off. And usually their shut off is outside of their gas logs. And when they shut their gas off, then their pilot tube, which is a very skinny tube that leads from this valve to this assembly, that little tube becomes filled with air. So you have to bleed all the air out of that pilot tube and assembly before you can actually get your flame to light. So if you're having trouble with your gas logs and it's not lighting at all, you may need to hold down your pilot button for quite a while until you can make sure that you've bled all the air out of the line, and then it will light. Another thing that can happen is the pilot tube assembly and pilot tube can be filled with dust, and you may need to actually take the pilot tube off and take out the orifice out of the pilot tube assembly, because the orifice hole is very tiny. It's the size of a needle. You can take a look right there and see. Very easy for dust to get in here, so you may need to use some type of dust remover, some air duster in a can, something like that, to be able to clean that out. Now, there are different types of thermocouples. There are some for boilers and furnaces and hot water heaters and gas logs, so they're not all the same. We're going to take a look at that in today's video. Hope you're ready to learn. Here's the old thermocouple that I took out. Here's the new thermocouple, and you can see got a little groove there that the little copper tube that connects the thermocouple sits in right there, and got a few Phillips screws that I got to put in to secure this bracket. Show you a few different types of thermocouples and a thermopile, and this is the one that we're using to replace the one that we're working on today, that set of gas logs. This is the one that fits, and this connection is actually smaller than these connections. This is what you typically find on a standing pilot gas furnace, and I carry these in stock, and these are all the same. The only difference is this one is shorter than this one, right? This one is 1.5 feet, it's 18 inches, and then 24 inches, 2 foot, 2.5 foot, 30 inches, 4 foot, 48 inches, and then 36 inches, 3 foot. And these are thermocouples. This right here is a thermocouple, and this is commonly found on your vent-free gas heaters, your gas logs. And then this is a Thermopile generator right here, and this you find on some gas furnaces, some hot water heaters. But we're going to be replacing, we're going to be using this one today. Link in the description if you need a thermocouple. For these thermocouples, if you take a look on the back here, it says gas pilot safety control for use with gas furnaces, boilers, water heaters, and room heaters. You can take a look at the website, Resideo.com. And then if you look right here, for this one, looks like thermocouple for following Cozy World wall heaters. So we got a bunch of model of heaters that this one will fit. Take a look at that website. 750 millivolt output gas pilot safety control. If you don't know how these work, the flame, it touches this, and this gets warm, and it sends a millivolt signal back to the gas valve, and that's what keeps that gas valve pilot open. If you're installing a set of gas logs, you may need to get a flex hose. This one's 2 foot. You got different sizes too. So, see this? That's 3 foot, 1.5 foot. Link in the description for a few different types. New thermocouple installed. You can see the igniter, it's white. Thermocouple, and then there's the gas valve. So now I'm going to light the pilot. The first thing we do is take the pilot button. You line it up with the arrow. When you push it down, you can hear the gas. Hear that? All right. Now we're going to push the pilot button down. Hit the igniter button. Ba-ching. Now, you want to hold this down for 30 seconds while it heats up that thermocouple. And then we'll release it here in a second. Now, when we release it, it shouldn't go out. All right, now we're going to turn it to on. We got to push it down a little bit and then turn it. And we're going to go ahead and turn this thing on. We can use our remote or our switch. I'll show you how to use the remote. This is how you plug it up right here. Turn it to off. And turn it back on. All right, and then you can adjust it right here. High or low. All right, now I'm going to turn this off. Take this off. And then I'm going to put this in. This is the switch. In case you don't want to use a remote, you just want to use a switch, you can do that. Check it out. I'll show you. Right there. All right, now, see this? On. We're going to let that run. Make sure that the flame does not go out. This right here is the connection you use to connect the thermocouple to the gas valve. Right there. And you may need a adjustable crescent wrench. Also, I used a Phillips screwdriver to take the assembly loose. You may need a pair of channel locks, and to bend the igniter, I use needle nose pliers. Be careful doing that. What model do we have? We have the GG24NV. Natural gas. Now we can figure out how the logs go back together. It says log placement, install in numerical order. Almost got all these logs together. All you got to do is flip the switch. Yay. This is a diagram for the wiring. So if you don't know how I wired that up, you got one wire going to the TPTH terminal and another wire going to the TH terminal. So the outside terminals. Remember to check out the video I did on how to light a set of gas logs if you're having trouble lighting a set of gas logs. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope you learned something. If you did, let me know what it was down in the comments. If you don't have a question, let me know who you are. Let me know where you're from. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the like button, subscribe, smash that bell, ding, so you know what I'm doing. You've been watching HVAC Tips for Technicians / Homeowners. I'm Tad, and I'll keep you warm if you let me.